So I just watched Blink-182 close out this year's Coachella, and I gotta say, I want to be disappointed, but I'm not. It was actually a really fun time, and as Travis Barker's premier #1 hater, I want to come on here and just trash the hell out of it, but that would be in bad faith because it was actually kind of a kick-ass set, and not only was it a kick-ass set, there's 2 other bands that played this thing that I'm like, really? These bands on Coachella? So I'm gonna talk about all the Coachella goodness here today. Hey, how's it going? It's your friendly neighborhood gatekeeper Dan Frampton here, and believe me, I never thought I would be talking about Coachella here on this channel, but here we are. Earlier, when Blink-182 announced the reunion of the classic lineup, I was excited and also equal parts critical. I was like, these guys are not going to be able to coexist together. Are you kidding me? This is over for these guys before it even starts. And I made a couple videos speculating about when and how this was all going to implode. And I was going onto their socials trying to gather evidence and trying to come up with a hypothesis, a theory as to how this was going to explode in their faces. But I must say, the biggest piece of evidence happened over Coachella, and I gotta say, I might be wrong. If you're not familiar with how Coachella is structured, it goes over 2 weekends. And weekend 1, Blink-182 was added to this thing as kind of like a daytime surprise type thing. They came on, played during the day, and that was supposed to be it. And also on that weekend, Frank Ocean happened to have this highly criticized performance where he came out, he didn't really do anything exciting, he just did a bunch of Frank Ocean type nonsense, and people are like, you suck, Frank Ocean, and apparently during all that melee, he hurt himself. So he was supposed to be the one that closed out Coachella this weekend, but he did not do it because of all that controversy, so they got Blink-182 come in and close out the festival. Now during weekend 1, I wasn't lucky enough to have seen the Blink-182 set through their live streams on the Coachella YouTube channel, but last night, I made sure to check out their closer. But just because I didn't see last week's set doesn't mean I haven't seen anything from it, okay? Because Coachella uploaded 2 songs from that set, and I must say I wasn't that impressed. I was like, these guys are kind of over the hill and done with it. But when you watch them in the full context, it's so fun. You got the classic stage banter between Mark and Tom, which you gotta love. Travis is just back in the background with no shirt on wearing his Junya, so you can just ignore him for the most part. They play a bunch of hits. They play a bunch of well-favorited deep cuts. They do little pop and hip-hop and old-school punk rock tribute covers throughout the whole set as well, which I really do appreciate. But yeah, cool, Blink-182, whatever. The coolest thing that happened was Scowl played it, okay? And they played 2 weekends in a row, and the second weekend they did a whole bunch of like gender swapping over here with the dresses and the suits over here. Gender is just a fluid thing, who cares about it, right? And you gotta love it. Skull is just like the small ass band, and they got Fred Durst up in the comments because they've been on tour with them. People are very stoked for Scowl, and they kind of like are doing this whole melodic switch of their stuff right now, so they might actually explode very soon. But look at this gigantic circle pit. They're just rocking the hell out of Coachella. Very cool to see. Never thought I'd see some power stomps and some stage dives at Coachella, but here we go. This is just total badass behavior over here. And Knocked Loose, which is this like hardcore kind of metalcore type band, never thought that they'd play it either, and here they are just crushing the hell out of Coachella. And now that we have like the most famous pop punk band ever to be headlining this thing, I think next year Coachella's got to have like a whole pop punk hardcore section. Because last year we had Turnstile come out, now we have Scowl, Knocked Loose, and Blink-182. There's kind of like this revival of actually cool rock and roll music right now, and I think you could dedicate one stage, if not more than one stage, maybe a whole weekend to this type music. Just imagine the Coachella Punk Festival. Even Brian Garris, the frontman of Knocked Loose, tweeted out this tweet over here: Coachella is a hardcore festival now. Well, not quite, but it has the makings of what could become one. If we could get hardcore and punk rock to that level of popularity again that it once was, it could definitely take over. Just look at all these motherfuckers bouncing their faces off. And I gotta say, I wasn't expecting to be seeing stage dives, but to see these stage dives happening right here is actually glowing my heart. And I gotta say, what I saw last night from Blink-182 shows me that they might indeed have a successful run together. It does seem like that chemistry is all there. They do seem like Blink-182 is still there. And they're even kind of self-aware that they're not the greatest singers. So that's why out of context it's kind of fucked up, because you're like, man, these guys really can't sing. But then during the full context of it, they kind of like make fun of themselves and poke at each other, and it just makes for a very fun, good time. So sure, they might have got that stage banter thing from NoFX. They might be ripping off everybody underneath the sun. That's okay. Travis Barker might be public enemy number 2 over here right now. That's okay. They might have sacrificed an entire continent's worth of shows to play Coachella, and I don't know if that's so much okay. But I do have enough information now to safely say that they're a band again, at least. I wish nothing but the best for them, but we gotta see what old Travis Barker's talking about over here. See if he made any Coachella posts. No, just gratuitous shots with his wife. You gotta love it. Here's some oh my god, I can't watch this. Even his Coachella posts are the worst posts ever. They're just straight up from a reality TV show. Yes, get on your drum kit, Travis. You mad lad, you. What a fella. So yeah, I don't think he's the coolest guy in the world. That much is never gonna change. He is the most popular member of the group. I don't understand how that's even a thing. But if he can keep his ego in check and just sits back there in the drum kit, I think they might have a successful tour. That's gonna do it for this one, but I do have some drama updates coming out in a video later today. So like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell if you're cool as hell and want to get updated when that drama update hits. And let's get those pancake emojis going down there in the comments. And until my next upload, which will be later today, watch another upload.